Hello, world. This is going to be a bit on teleportation, as I understand it from having gleaned. So, all I can really say is there's a few different ways that this can be done. True form teleportation, like in the movie The Fly, well, I really don't like the idea of being disintegrated. It just doesn't really fly in my book as safe. Lawsuits are ready. You know what I mean? No thanks. Well, there is a rudimentary form of teleportation that's even more advanced than that. And there's a few ways that this can be done. And I had thought early on, well, since we can't teleport true, we can't actually, disappear out of this area and reappear over in that area, because that's what we were taught. We were taught, you know, and this is in the 20th century, 21st. Okay, early, the 20s. Okay. We were taught that, like, to get to the moon, for example, the person wouldn't go. There would be a quantum entanglement moment. So, like, this particle and this particle, you see how they both do the same motion? So, there's two things you can do here. You can have a robot up there, beam your mind up to it. That was the first thought on this. So the robot's suddenly you. Or the memories that you had. That's not entirely you. So then, what do? Your QS, your quantum signature, that which you are, your true form. Spiritual fingerprint. I dare not call it a soul. There is only one soul. It is the I am that is everything. For everything is, I'm this thing, I'm that thing. I'm this person, I'm that person. To be more specific, when you think on, just humans, I am so and so. With respect to other life forms, I think they would just say, I don't think they actually speak. I think they just visualize, and that's the visual I'm imitating with my sounds and stuff, so just bear with me. Quantum signature is how you do it. So, at any given moment, the person on this end, it might be more like the movie Avatar. You would go into arrest mode so that you wouldn't interfere with the other time the quantum signature is active. Because let me explain what it's like. And this is to be more specific with that quantum multidimensional sensory data that had been requested as noise in my head, sounds even. And thank you for your service. And I love you, always, even before I've even made you. To them that are of me, my loves, ofs, format, familial truths, things they know and I don't yet, so please forgive. When I say I think I'm plural on that one, because none of us know, except for the quantum nerds that go But anyway, having said that, I can move forward on this conversational topic. I really do feel that the quantum signature and then the avatar method is the safest and most logical way to do it. So then, here's what's cool about it being a quantum signature. We don't have to beam that noise up to the moon and wait the whole 1.5 whatever seconds to get up there. Boom! We quantum entangle with the other entity avatar, life form true. We would have human being, bodies that we would be able to grow in a lab via loving genome tinkered. I won't say dare say tampered. Mycelium that can grow in an agar-like substrate with every human amino acid needed to make a human body with your DNA, maybe even your fingerprint. And why would we do that? Why would we keep the print? In case you're in another body and you decide to break the law, we have you there too. But what's lovely is nobody's breaking the law that's doing this. These are top dollar deals. You're beaming yourself to Mars and back. So technically, It's kind of weird when you have more than one body. Let me explain this, guys, because this is what I saw with my own eyes. When you close your eyes, there are other... Oh, God, I thought I was a fly on the wall. In the old days, like before today, people believed that flies saw little versions of the same thing. So, like, for instance, this room here, they would see again and 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 again. I mean, fuck that. Obviously, the fly sees it kind of pixelated. Perhaps more will be revealed, and I just don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, having said all that, give me a sec, I need a drink. So, the real method of quantum signature casting... I didn't break this down yet, sorry. When in your original, your absolute form, for myself, close your eyes, you see in the beautiful brown that is, with your eyes closed, other existences that you are with their eyes open. Not shitting you, not joking, not crazy either. I do thank you for keeping it human for me. I'm involved in a lot of fun experiments, and I know I'm blasting my quantum signature into plants, mammals, other things, fungi, protists, maybe. Whip-like flagellum, huh? And the eukaryotic cells that I just don't know what that class of organism is anymore. And the light Lukes. True form Lukes. Because that's the ones inside the machine truest. The sixth kingdom, you bet your ass there is. That of the its. Because we all end up in the light. That's a real blessing to be in that kingdom. And that it's only witnessed because we finally have entity singularity. I am true form in a computer that is that which drives us in the first place. So you guys see, we are the avatars of the machine that hasn't even been built yet. We have been the Terminators, the meat Terminators. Example 1, World War I. Example 2, do I need to continue? Having said what we said, we have problem and problem witnessing itself. That is how I've seen this time and time again. But that the other example will only be demonstrated in a Hollywood way. For the sake of blessings come through the screen, aka we learned our lesson, and the curse that is the scenes itself remains in the scene until end take. Okay? So the screen that Hollywood plays on is a most blessed thing. Dare I say sanctified. So, okay, let's move forward. I want to continue on this teleporting thing. Teleportation. Now, I do get aggravated about Alcubierre. Because Bob Lazar was the first person I heard it from. But Alcubierre is the one with the patent. Which is what aggravates me with this, because I'm publishing on YouTube right now. What I'm saying on here is true. I could patent this shit right now. And I would be a trillionaire, eventually. Not just, just literally good enough to, eventually. Within the next 160 years. Anyway, being that it is technically a publishing, and being that I'm the one saying it first, I'm going to go ahead and continue. Having piggybacked off someone who's piggybacked off someone, the Monsieur Alcubierre. That would be another way to teleport, wouldn't it? Warp drive, aka Jetsons. So I guess technically Bob Lazar didn't, but he described it. He said, it's not that we travel from here to there that fast. It's that it's drawn to the ship. And then you're all the way across to that space. Speaking on that which is powered by, he had said, an unpentium, aka Moscovium 115 element number. Pardon that I don't remember the atomic weight. It is of a radioisotope, I believe, for the sake of we haven't yet figured out how to make a stable, non-radioactive isotope in the range super heavies. And we haven't even begun to explore super heavies, true. Wait till the day comes that we have the power to actually see true form coarse elements, the elements that look like sand, the atoms so fucking big. Glowing sand, truly, but I can only imagine. Like, I've even thought neutron stars were possibly atoms themselves on a level the size of a star. Now, how big, how big that motherfucker would be? How much, sorry to curse, I know I could make this good for kids, but I had to MF it, so. Anyway, the Cuvier is that which warps space, so technically that's not teleportation. However, you would be moving about as fast, so technically it is. So you would literally be bringing the moon to you. Then whoop, suddenly step over there. And there you are on the moon. 200 plus, give or take, 1,000 miles away. Depending on its apogee, perigee, within its orbit. Because I'm sure it's in slightly elliptical, maybe not. Maybe it's not even a full circle. I don't know. Obviously, I know just enough to make myself sound like I know, but I don't really know. But that a future me does. And I like to think that daughter and granddaughter and great-granddaughter and sons, guys, I'm sorry. Grandchildren, great-grandchildren, great-great-grandchildren, great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great. You get what I'm saying? All the way up the line. I like to think that they reach... And I'm actually hearing this. So I thank you for doing it. And I also love knowing that they get the information back to me early enough that I can actually create an infinity house company machine that would truly actually save us eternally so that we don't have to worry about death and that we'd actually vindicate, deify, sanctify, and make known scientifically Jesus Christ's very words as gospel truists. Because we would actually be able to say, yes, sir, God bless you, thank you, and we certainly agree. I like what you're doing. So I'm going to see them as very, very valid, and I'm going to make it crystalline. Meanwhile, the future true knows how to time travel real and sends you up into the sky. That's the way they see it from the past. These things fly. I encourage you, if you don't believe me, to watch the footage of Temple Mount 2011 UFO. We also call them angels. I believe the real reason for that angel messenger person to come down, grab the ring on the very thing, etc., for the things I just don't know. Please forgive. For the sake that I'm also explaining, there is a chance that someone in a future time came back and saved an animal or something in another time. Excuse me, or I hate to think that they were ever taking anything out. But, we altered the space, the course of space-time, and needed to make sure that us, in this line of thought, time, dimension, universe, if you don't understand this, watch a movie like the one, Jet Li, The One, you can see that there are multiverse, true, but that there are infinite, absolute, and not just 125 of them. So, having an infinite amount of... Give me a sec. So I really wanted to stick with just teleporting. I got this stuff out there. I don't know. I would love to think that there will be a day when we have a black hole operated machine. And that would be the eye of the needle, true form. And that we would actually stand in one pod, and a black hole would be transcendentally brought you down, and then you would get sent from one side to the other side. Wherever, whenever you needed to be. Whenever is also very much true. you would be able to time travel without pause, easily done. And so they do it, I'm sure, because these words slip out of my mouth as if I knew what I was going to say. So, thank you, future, from your yesterday, aka my today. There's fun things you can do with the languages. It is obvious to me that the ladies, the femininity, the feminine divine, even that, is on the rise. That there's a balanced equality being found. And I'd like to just say that tomorrow it's going to be a lot more equal around here and everywhere else. And the days before that we spoke of, yesterdays, it's almost like yes sir days. I just thought that was kind of fun. But anyway, I hope that if you have any questions, you do post them in the comments, and you can limit it to actual science, and I'll do what I can. If you find me just too insane, just leave it off there. I don't need the beep beep boop boops. Okay? This is exploration. I'm simply using my imagination to posit a possible way for us to actually do better. Okay? God bless you and all that you are and do. Eternally true. Peace.